Well guys, here today we're going to be talking about a stock that I'm pretty excited about, to say the least. And if you saw my Cheesecake Factory video, you might be thinking, well Josh, isn't it kind of like the same principles in the aspect of it's an industry that is a little up in the air in the short term? We're going to get into that. We're going to defend my thesis behind this stock. But first, if you guys don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, that really helps me out in a huge way. It really helps the channel grow. And I appreciate every single one of you that is part of the thumbs up gang. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because that really helps out and you're going to miss a lot of great videos if you do not subscribe to the channel. So this stock we're going to be talking about today is actually Wynn Resorts, ticker symbol Wynn. And obviously, by the way I said Wynn Resorts, you probably have a great idea that this has to do with hotels, and that's exactly what this company business model revolves around. It's in the hotel industry and the gaming field. Wynn Resorts is a permanent designer, developer, and operator of integrated resorts featuring luxury hotel rooms, high-end retail space, and an array of dining and entertainment options, meetings, and convention facilities and gaming, all supported by an unparalleled focus on our guests, our people, and our community. We believe that our extensive design and operational experience across numerous gaming jurisdictions provides us with a distinct advantage over the gaming enterprises. They've got 4 major properties, okay? They've got 4 of them. There is a 5th one in the worst, the Crystal Pavilion one, but we're really not going to talk about that one here, mainly because it's not up and running. They have the Macau, they've got the Palace, they've got the Boston property, and they have a Las Vegas property. We'll start with the Wynn Palace. We opened Wynn Palace in August 2016 on Macau's Cody Strip, conveniently located minutes from both Macau International Airport and the Macau Ferry Terminal, and directly adjacent to a stop service by Macau's light rail system, which recently commenced operations in Cody. The property features approximately 424,000 square feet of casino space with 323 table games and 1,011 slot machines, as well as the private gaming salons and Sky Casinos. Wynn Palace also features a luxury hotel tower with a total of 1,706 guest rooms, suites, and villas, offering a health club, spa, salon, and pool. In addition, Wynn Palace offers 14 food and beverage outlets, approximately 106,000 square feet of high-end brand name retail space, and approximately 37,000 square feet of meeting and convention space. The property's signature public attractions and entertainment offerings include a performance lake, a gondola ride offering convenient street-level access, and an exceptional display of Western and Asian art. As for the Wynn Macau property, we opened Wynn Macau in September 2006 and Encore, an expansion of Wynn Macau, in April 2010. Located in the heart of downtown Macau, the property features approximately 252,000 square feet of casino space with 322 table games and 838 slot machines, as well as private gaming salons, Sky Casinos, and a poker room. Wynn Macau also features 2 luxury hotel towers with a total of 1,010 guest rooms and suites, offering 2 health clubs, 2 spas, a salon, and a pool. In addition, Wynn Macau offers 12 food and beverage outlets, approximately 59,000 square feet of high-end brand name retail space, and approximately 31,000 square feet of meeting and convention space. Wynn Macau's signature attraction includes a rotunda show featuring a Chinese zodiac-inspired ceiling along with gold tree of prosperity and dragon of fortune features. In November 2019, we opened the first phase of a Lakeside Casino expansion at Wynn Macau, which features 44 mass market table games and refurbished high-limit slot area. We expect to open the second phase, which will include 2 new restaurants and approximately 7,000 square feet of additional retail space in the first half of 2020. So you can tell this is a little old. It's from the most recent 10K, so it was from the 2019 annual report, because obviously with the virus breaking out, they had to have to make some changes, which we are going to get into in a little bit here. Second to last, we've got the Las Vegas property. We opened Wynn Las Vegas in April 2005 and Encore, an expansion of Wynn Las Vegas, in December 2008. Wynn Las Vegas is located at the intersection of the Las Vegas Strip and Sands Avenue and accompanies approximately 215 acres of land fronting the Las Vegas Strip. The property features approximately 194,000 square feet of casino space with 232 table games and 1,756 slot machines, as well as private gaming salons, a Sky Casino, a poker room, and a race and sports book. Wynn Las Vegas also features 2 luxury hotel towers with a total of 4,748 guest rooms, suites, and villas, which offers swimming pools, private cabanas, 2 full-service spas and salons, and a wedding chapel. In addition, Wynn Las Vegas offers 33 food and beverage outlets, approximately 160,000 square feet of high-end brand name retail space, and approximately 507,000 square feet of meeting and convention space, including the 270,000 square foot meeting and convention expansion that opened in February 2020 as discussed below. Our nightlife and entertainment offerings at Wynn Las Vegas include 2 nightclubs and a beach club, and a specially designed theater presenting La Rêve, The Dream, a water-based theatrical production, and a theater presenting entertainment productions and various headliners entertainment acts. In October 2019, we reopened this newly reconfigured Wynn Las Vegas golf course, which has been closed since 2017. In February 2018, we opened our meeting and convention expansion at Wynn Las Vegas. The space features approximately 217,000 square feet of incremental state-of-the-art meeting and convention space, which has nearly doubled our group footprint in Las Vegas. We estimate the total project budget, including the redesigned golf course that reopened in October 2019, to be approximately $425 million. As of December 31st, 2019, we have incurred $351.3 million in total project costs. And lastly, for the Boston Encore property, on June 23rd, 2019, the company opened Encore Boston Harbor, an integrated resort in Everett, Massachusetts, adjacent to Boston along the Mystic River. The property features 210,000 square feet of casino space with 161 table games and 2,833 slot machines, private high-limit gaming areas, and a poker room. Encore Boston Harbor also features a luxury hotel tower with a total of 671 guest rooms and suites, which offers a spa and salon. In addition, Encore Boston Harbor offers 16 food and beverage outlets and a nightclub, approximately 8,000 square feet of retail space, and approximately 71,000 square feet of meeting and convention space. Public attractions include a waterfront park, floral displays, and water shuttle service to downtown Boston. So here's the thing. We're going to talk about their strategy and their target population in a minute, but you guys might be thinking, Josh, this is the exact same thing as a Cheesecake Factory. You don't know where this industry is going to go. You don't even know if people are going to be able to go out to eat in a couple of months, all right? Never mind traveling and going to stay in a hotel. Why would you ever buy in this in the short term if you don't know what's going to happen, right? Well, wrong. So look at the market cap in this company, okay? Just take a look at it. It's around an $8 billion market cap. How much do you think these 4 properties are worth right now? Never mind the 5th property that's in the works. Never mind the business, never mind the gaming licenses, just the 4 properties. Say they're worth about $4 billion each, just the properties. If they're worth $4 billion each, they could be more than $4 billion. They very well could be more than $4 billion. That means this market cap is half of what this business is worth. Just the buildings alone. Half. And there is one thing I do know. One day the world will return to normal. People will travel without masks. People will go to the grocery store without being very anxious. Things will return to normal. Will it be in 2020? I don't think so. I think you're a little too optimistic if you think that's going to happen in 2020. 2021? Well, maybe. We're going to have to wait and see. But by 2022, I do think things will be back to normal and life will be back to normal. And like I said, I plan to hold this stock for a few years. So why not buy in when I can get a huge discount when it's only being valued at an $8 billion market cap, when it's worth a $16+ billion market cap, probably more like a $20+ billion market cap. So now let's look at their strategy here. We conceptualize, design, build, and operate our resorts to create unforgettable customer experiences across a diverse set of gaming and non-gaming amenities that attract a wide range of customer segments and generate strong financial results. Central to our strategy is the construction of and regular and reinvestment in world-class integrated resorts. These activities are led by our in-house design, development, and construction subsidiary and its senior management team, which has significant experience across all major design and construction disciplines. In addition, we believe superior customer service is the best marketing strategy to attract customers and drive repeat visitation to our resorts. Human resources and staff training are essential in ensuring our employees are prepared to provide the luxury service that our guests expect. We continue to evaluate our offerings and service levels, and as a result, we have made and expect to continue to make enhancements and refinements in our resorts. We plan to continue to seek out new opportunities to develop and operate world-class integrated resorts and related businesses around the world. Overall, we believe the Wynn Resorts has a demonstrated track record of developing and operating integrated resorts that stimulate local and regional economic activity by attracting a wide range of customers, including high net worth international tourists, driving international tourism, raising average hotel room rates in the region, extending the average length of stay per visitor, complementing existing convention and meeting business with 5-star accommodations and appropriately scaled meeting amenities, evaluating service levels with the exclusion of 5-star customer service, and stimulating citywide investment and employment. So basically, to summarize, they want to focus on more high net worth individuals. That's their strategy, and they want to keep those individuals coming back, mainly because those individuals have a lot of moolah that are high net worth, you know what I mean? So now that we've gone over the business model, the target population, the strategy, obviously they've been affected by this virus, and there's no way to sugarcoat it. Their second quarter earnings are not very good. They were not very good, to put it mildly. Let's put it that way. Actually, if you guys are watching this video right now, their third quarter earnings should be released by now. So if everything goes according to plan, when you guys are watching this video, their third quarter earnings should be out. So go check those out. Go listen to the conference call. You already know I'm going to listen to the conference call. I've probably already listened to it by the time you're watching this video. And let me know in the comments down below what you think of their third quarter earnings. So like I said, their second quarter earnings, which is what all we have right now, they were not good. They were bad. For their second quarter earnings, their operating revenue was $85.7 million in the second quarter, a decline of 95% year over year. That's down from $1.6 billion in the second quarter of 2019. And they also gave results for each property, and we're going to go over them right now. So we'll start with the Macau property. Operating revenues from Wynn Macau were $11.9 million for the second quarter of 2020, a 97.8% decrease from $546.5 million for the second quarter of 2019. Adjusted property EBITDA was $82.6 million for the second quarter of 2020, a 147% decrease from $175.9 million for the second quarter of 2019. VIP table games win as a percentage of turnover was 2%, below the property's expected range of 2.7 to 3%, and below the 3.3% experienced in the second quarter of 2019. Table games win percentage in mass market operations was 8.3%, below the 20.7% experienced in the second quarter of 2019. As for the Palace operation, operating revenues for Wynn Palace were $8.7 million for the second quarter of 2020, a 98.6% decrease from $628.9 million for the second quarter of 2019. Adjusted property EBITDA from Wynn Palace was $110.9 million for the second quarter of 2020, a 166.3% decrease from $167.2 million for the second quarter of 2019. VIP table games win as a percentage of turnover was 1.73%, below the property's experienced range of 2.7 to 3%, and below the 3.02% experienced in the second quarter of 2019. Table games win percentage in mass market operations was 32.5%, above the 23.4% experienced in the second quarter of 2019. And as for the City of Las Vegas property, City of Lights. Our casino operations at Wynn Las Vegas were closed on March 17, 2020, and reopened on June 4, 2020, with certain health safeguards in place, such as limiting the number of seats per table, slot machine spacing, temperature checks, mass protection, and suspension of certain entertainment and nightlife offerings. We are currently unable to determine when certain of these measures will be lifted. Operating revenues from our Las Vegas operations were $64.9 million for the second quarter of 2020, an 86% decrease from $464.1 million for the second quarter of 2019. Adjusted property EBITDA from our Las Vegas operations for the second quarter of 2020 was $75.6 million, compared to the $137.4 million for the second quarter of 2019. Our Las Vegas operations operating loss for the second quarter of 2020 excludes the impact of the $56.4 million of the expense related to our commitment pay, salary, tips, and benefits continuation for all of our U.S. employees for the period of April 1st through May 15th, 2020, which we accrued within operating expenses during the first quarter of 2020. Table games win percentage was 19.7%, below the property's expected range of 22% to 26%, and below the 28.7% experienced in the second quarter of 2019. And lastly, for the Boston property, Encore Boston Harbor ceased all operations and closed to the public on March 15, 2020. For the remainder of the first and second quarters of 2020, on July 12, 2020, Encore Boston Harbor reopened with a certain health safeguards in place, such as limiting the number of seats per table game, slot machine spacing, temperature checks, and mass protection. We are currently unable to determine when these measures will be lifted. In addition, certain food and beverage outlets remain closed, and hotel reservations have been limited to Thursday through Sunday. I think that's smart. I think that's smart because you're probably not getting as much travel during the week, and you're probably getting a little bit more traffic on the weekends. Adjusted property EBITDA from Encore Boston Harbor for the second quarter of 2020 was $53.8 million. Encore Boston Harbor's operating loss for the second quarter of 2020 excludes the impact of $19.3 million of expense related to our commitment to pay salary, tips, and benefits continuation for all of their U.S. employees for the period from April 1st through May 15th, 2020, which we accrued within operating expenses during the first quarter of 2020. As for the CEO, his name is Matthew Maddox, and I actually really like him. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great fit. If you watch some of the interviews, and I watched a couple of interviews with him, he really knows the company. He really knows what he's talking about, and I think he's the right man for the job in this situation. I personally think he's a great speaker. He's just someone that seems to have all the answers to all the questions that are thrown at him and all the indecisiveness in this situation. He actually started off at Bank of America, and he joined Wynn in 2002 when they were founded. In 2013, he was appointed to the CFO and the president, and was appointed to the role of CEO in 2018 when Steve Wynn ended up leaving the company, which we aren't going to get into that situation because that's a little sticky situation, let's just put it that way. And what I really like about him is he seems poised to continue to grow the company and turn it into more than what it is today, which I really like. I really like to see that innovation in a CEO. And he also says this, and I really like this. I read this op-ed on the investor relations page, and I thought it was fantastic. So how do we come back? This is referring to the Las Vegas property. For months, we have been working with University Medical Center, Georgetown University, and leading labs in California and New York to study technology that can rapidly and rigorously test thousands of people in a matter of hours. The progress in rapid testing has been incredible to witness, and we are now in the process of building an off-site lab with UMC at Wynn Las Vegas to deploy thousands of accurate rapid tests daily at a fraction of the current cost. It's important to note that our UMC/Wynn lab will offer the most sensitive and accurate test available in the United States, utilizing FDA-approved and gold standard PCR technology, and we are talking to UNLV to track and analyze the results. Our lab should be finished before Thanksgiving. Extensive research clearly indicates that what is keeping people away from Las Vegas is not so much the physical environment, which we work diligently to keep sterilized, but rather the fear of other people. We must alleviate that fear. Imagine the following. Lionel Richie is playing at the Encore Theater at 7 p.m. Between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. that day, you and your friends each provide a saliva sample at our property testing centers. The barcodes are scanned and you download the free UMC app and go about your day. All the information is hosted by UMC and the data is private. Where the test results come back at 6 p.m., a negative test triggers a green light on the app and you can attend the show. And because the same process will apply, you can also head into a securely populated convention the following morning. I love this. I absolutely love this. He's putting confidence in shareholders and investors that things are going to go back to normal one day and they are going to be profitable again. And he's providing a plan to do that, and he's creating a picture for customers, a picture that things will be normal again one day. And he's innovating. That's the most important thing. He's innovating and he's adapting in a once in 100-year event, and I absolutely love this piece. I love what he's doing here. So now, even after all this, you might be saying, Josh, look, I just can't do this. Their revenues are down almost 100% year over year. Is this company going to be able to get through this? Well, look at the numbers on the balance sheet here, all right? So total operating expenses are around $600 million. We'll round it off to $600 million per quarter, okay? The portion of their long-term debt due in 2020 was $323 million. In 2021, $367 million. Obviously, in 2022, it gets kicked up a little bit. But here's the thing. They have almost $4 billion in cash, guys. So how long is that $4 billion to last them with all these expenses? Assuming, let's say they don't bring in any income at all, like zero revenue, like Zippo, until 2022, 2023. I'm not exactly sure what the math comes out to in that situation, like the worst case scenario type thing. But my point is they absolutely, guys, absolutely should have enough cash to get through this. Absolutely. And these numbers I'm showing you now could change as well, but look at the TSA numbers here. They're climbing a little bit. They're more towards that $500,000 to $1 million range. Obviously, there's nothing compared to what they were at this time last year. But in April, they were like, some days they were below 100,000. Below 100,000 people registered in TSA. Imagine that. Like, it was to the point where if you're getting on a plane, you're the only person on that flight. Like, there's no one else getting on that flight. Like, no one's leaving, no one's going anywhere. Now, obviously, these numbers could be affected depending on if the world goes into shutdown mode or what happens. Is that going to happen? I really don't know, to be honest with you. We're going to wait and see. I could see it either way. I would say maybe 50-50 at this point, 60-40 in favor of being open, but we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. I really don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to continue to buy this stock for the rest of 2020, probably in the beginning of 2021, and I'm just going to hold it for 3+ years, and I feel like I have a really good chance of doubling my money. The risk reward definitely is in favor of the reward at this point. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, that helps me out in a huge way. That really helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate every single one of you that is part of the thumbs up gang. Let me know in the comments what you think of Wynn stock. Actually, no, I take that back. Let me know in the comments what you think of Wynn's third quarter earnings, because they were just recently released at the time of you watching this video. They should be out, at least, unless I really put this video out earlier, but they should be out. Let me know in the comments what you think of their third quarter earnings, and I will see you guys in the next video.